Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final day of the Premier League season. Every single team plays this afternoon. It is going to be exciting. Hopefully, it's going to be thrilling. Maybe some ups and downs here and there. I do not want it to be the most boring title race ever. Say Man City get an early goal, Arsenal get an early goal, and it's really predictable. I don't want that. I want entertainment. I want drama. I want absolutely everything, and maybe we can get that this afternoon. We'll go through every single game. Today's coverage will be slightly different than usual. I will be going over mainly the two games in the title race. I will be a bit like what Sky Sports and BT do, where they go over all the games and all the updates around the games. We've got Arsenal against Everton, the one side of the title race. We've got Manchester City at home to West Ham in the other. I'm watching, so I'm going to choose to watch the City-West Ham game. I will be flicking between the two, but I am watching that because Man City are the favourites to win the league. It is in their hands because all they have to do is make sure they win. And we'll see if they do that. The other games today include Brentford against Newcastle, Brighton, Man United, Burnley against Forest, Chelsea against Bournemouth, Palace against the mighty Aston Villa, Liverpool against Wolves, Luton, Fulham, and Sheffield United against Tottenham. Obviously, it's not just the title race that needs to be decided today. The bottom three is secure. However, there is it's all about the European places as well. Tottenham could drop below 5th if they lose to Sheffield United. Although it's most likely not going to happen. It could happen. It could happen. Sheffield United have won games this season. They could do it again. Chelsea could, like I said, potentially climb up to 5th place. They could drop as well. I mean, their goal difference compared to Newcastle isn't amazing. A defeat for Chelsea today and a win for Newcastle could put them above Chelsea. You would imagine, because of the goal difference, Chelsea will not drop below 7th place today. But Conference League, I don't know if many Chelsea fans will want that. Hello to everyone in the YouTube, in the TikTok. I am live on both. Hey, hello, how do you... I can't even speak today. I am that excited. Both says, yo, mate, what's up, Hammy? I'm feeling great, mate. I really am. I cannot wait. I've been looking forward to this all week. I just got this weird feeling, West Ham are going to do something today. Maybe it's copium, maybe I just want drama, but you know, Queen's Park Rangers went there a decade ago and caused City a problem. Villa went there a couple of years ago, caused City a problem on the final day. Maybe another team in claret and blue can do that this afternoon. I will give my predictions. I'll go through the lineups of the two teams as well as Aston Villa because most of my fan base is Villa. Braden says, up the Blues. Hello to you, mate. Well, that's another thing as well. We can talk about the promotions, relegations from the Championship to League One. Oxford United got promoted as well into the Championship yesterday, which was a big shock. And I'm not being funny. I don't want to rain on their parade, but I am definitely putting money on a relegation there from the Championship next season. It just feels too much like a Rotherham situation. That is just my opinion. So, the lineups for Aston Villa today. I know a lot of Villa with nothing to play for, but most of my fan base are. So, it's a very rested team straight away. Konza, Carlos, Clement Longley, and Callum Chambers. Chambers starting today. I think it's his first Premier League start of the season. As well as Digne. So it could be a back four, possibly a back five. We might, to be honest, it looks like Chambers and Douglas Luiz are going to be in the middle with McGinn one side, Diaby the other, John Duran alongside Ollie Watkins. An interesting fact as well, Unai Emery's son is on the substitute bench. So, yeah, that's going to be, I think that's nice. I think that's nice for him. You never know. There might be a situation, he's not going to come on, but there might be a situation where he does. He has been in the Villa academy all season, I think. So I just find it interesting. He does have him on the bench today. Would be a very interesting story if he came on, but he is a goalkeeper, so it's not going to happen. Hello to you, typical Jeremy. Who do you think wins the league? Who's his son? His son is literally an Emery on the bench, so it's that one, mate. Man City are probably going to win the league if we are going to be honest. Olsen is in goal. It doesn't matter if Olsen's in goal. Daisy, we could get hammered today. I'm sure there's going to be a party atmosphere at Sellers Park. It really doesn't matter. And to be fair, I'll give Olsen some credit. When we played Brighton, Olsen wasn't even that bad. So I'll hold my hands up and say, yeah, it wasn't the end of the world. If he's playing today, I'd rather him not play the important games, but it doesn't matter today. So we give some of the like the first team players a bit more of a rest because they deserve it after a great season that we've had. Hello to Galaxy. As he said, I don't care if we lose 5-0, we're still playing Champions League. Exactly, we're still in the Champions League. Doesn't matter if we get absolutely hammered. We'll probably lose. I'll even say it right now. I'm going to give my score prediction for Villa. I reckon we'll lose 2-0, maybe even 3-0 today. It's a party atmosphere. Villa players won't care. I'll go through my predicted scores on every game. I'll ask my chat for both because I'm live on YouTube and TikTok, AJS TV. Feel free to follow on both, and I'll just go through the games, give my prediction. I'll wait a little bit, ask the chat, see what you guys think, and we'll move on to the next game. So the first one, we'll start with a bit of a boring one. Brentford against Newcastle. Now, Newcastle need to respond after losing. I think they probably will. I think it'll be a 2-1. I think it's a 2-1 win for Newcastle. That they need to respond. They very, very urgently need to respond after the defeat to Man United. They could drop out the top 7. They could miss out on Europe. I think they need to win. I think they will win. Brentford, they've picked up recently, 1 defeat in 5, but I do think Newcastle will win that 2-1. That's my prediction. Bo says 2-0 Newcastle. Galaxy says 3-2 to Newcastle. I'm watching the main game on Sky today. I wanted Gauchi to play, Tom. I really did, actually. I'm glad you said that. I was going to say, like, if we're going to make change, I wanted Kessler Hayden to start, but he's not started today. Today, it doesn't matter who plays. You could treat this like a friendly almost. That's the way I'm looking at it. Give some of the players who started and played most games this season a well-earned rest. And yeah, I would have played Timo Rogue-Bunham today as well, to be honest. So we've covered the Newcastle one. The next game on the list, Brighton against Man United. I don't see Man United winning that. I think Ten Hag should have been sacked weeks ago. I know people say, oh, well, he beat Newcastle. That game was fucking terrible. They played awful against Arsenal. A half-decent team would have beat Arsenal that day. I think United will probably lose today. Brighton haven't been great, and they've just not sacked manager. They've just had their manager announce a mutual termination of his contract. I see Brighton actually getting a win in that game. It's a final game for De Zerbi. I think that's going to happen. I think 2-1 Brighton against Man United. In my opinion, Zan Brown says, AJ's congrats on UCL, fully deserve it. How do you think Villa will do? I just want us to make round of 16. That's all I want. How you doing? It's Jar Toon. I did say I think your team will win today. I think you need to win. That is my prediction. But yeah, I think 2-1 Brighton. I don't think Man United are going to get any result today. I think they're going to finish outside of Europe, and I do think that's the end of Ten Hag if they lose. That is my opinion. Burnley, Forest, mathematically, technically, Luton, they're not relegated yet, are they? But they basically are, but they need an incredible goal swing. I think Forest will win that. They're basically safe. I think it's an easy 1-0, 2-0 Forest. Burnley are already down. I don't think that's going to be any issue. Forest, to be fair, shouldn't really be down the bottom anyway with the squad and the money they've spent. But I think, 1-0, 2-0 Forest. Thoughts on... You're funny. 1-0 Burnley says Galaxy, 2-0 Forest. This is typical. But yeah, that's my prediction on that game. I've still got Olympiacos fans in my comments. Hello to you guys. I watched your game actually against AK Athens. And you won that as well, so fair play. Olympiacos are doing really well. Ever since they beat Villa, they're cruising. Crawley got promoted to League One this afternoon after beating Crewe 2-0. I think they were probably the biggest underdogs to get promoted from the playoffs in all of League 2, to be quite honest. I didn't fancy them. I don't think many people did, but congrats to Crawley. So Chelsea, Bournemouth. Now Chelsea, because of the goal difference, will not drop below 7th really, no matter what happens today. I don't see them beating Bournemouth. Bournemouth, with Solanke scoring goals, I think they're always going to be a threat. Chelsea, they have improved recently, I'll give them that, but I think we're going to see a little bit of the old Chelsea today. I think it's going to be a draw. They do historically struggle with Bournemouth. I don't think the result's going to matter too much because that point would still put them above Newcastle no matter what. I think Chelsea are going to start today 6th and finish today 6th with a draw. I don't even think that's like a controversial opinion. A 1-1 draw, I think, is, you know, Chelsea couldn't beat Burnley not that long ago, so I don't think it's a terrible prediction in my opinion. Crawley are scum. Bradford up next season, says BCAFC. Fair enough, man. Opinion on the conference final. I do think Fiorentina are going to win that. And I'm not just saying that because the Olympiacos fans are in my comments. I just think Fiorentina are a very good Italian side. And they lost the final last year. I don't see them losing 2 in a row. If they lose 2 finals in a row, I think some serious questions have to be asked of them. I don't see that happening. I think they win that game. And that's just my opinion. I'm allowed that opinion. I really don't see them losing. So we've got, obviously, Palace against Villa. I think Villa loses 3-0. I'm not even joking. It's a very rested Villa team. The Villa side have been breathing out their arse for how long now? The game doesn't matter. We've got a completely rested team. Olsen in goal. Callum Chambers is starting. I think Villa get absolutely battered today, and I couldn't actually give a fuck, to be honest. Like, Villa deservedly are in the top 4. This is a deserved break for everyone. John Duran's in the lineup. I wanted to see a full change team. I wanted Kessler in the team. I wanted Tim Rogue-Bunham in the team, but it's the B side playing today, and I think the B side gets beat. I don't think the Villa fans there would care, to be honest. So I reckon 3-0 Palace. And I did mention it as well. Unai Emery's son is on the bench for Aston Villa, so that I think the camera will pan to him. I'm telling you right now. Liverpool against Wolves is probably the game that matters the least today, other than Palace Villa, arguably. I think Liverpool, final game for Klopp, they'll win that comfortably 3-0. I'm not even going to bat an eyelid at that. I think that'll be such a comfortable win for Liverpool. It's not even going to be a joke. Jurgen Klopp will have the best send-off possible. Luton Fulham. Final game at Kenilworth. I can see them winning that 1-0. It'll be the most Luton performance. They'll win it off a corner. I'm telling you now, they'll get a corner goal. They'll score. And they'll win it 1-0. And it'll be the most Luton win ever. Fulham are the most bipolar football team in the Premier League. They're amazing one week and they're utter shit the next. So yeah, I think that's going to happen. Manchester City. Oh no, I'll cover that last. I'll cover the 2 big games last. Sheffield United Spurs. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna say something insane, right? I'm gonna look into the cameras of both. I'm telling you now, Sheffield United win the game 1-0. I'm telling you right now. Like, this could age badly. I don't care. I'm putting my neck out. It's Cameron Archer's final game for Sheffield United before he goes back to Villa. I have a feeling, I'm just going to check if he's on the bench at the very least. I think Sheffield United will win against Spurs 1-0. And there could be a situation where Spurs drop to 6th place today. I've just got a feeling. Spurs miss out on top 4. Where is that? Archer is starting. Archer goal. Telling you, Archer goal. Sheffield United 1-0. I'm telling you, Archer's going to end his Sheffield United career on loan. Well, it's technically on loan. He's going to end his Sheffield United career with a goal, and it's going to be 1-0 to them. They end the season with a win. A terrible season for them, but they end it with a win, and Spurs drop to 6th place. I am telling you now. I am telling you that is going to happen. And then we get the big one. The big games today. And I'm going to cover the team that have to win no matter what today. Arsenal against Everton. Give me your score predictions, both YouTube and TikTok. We've got 12 of you in the TikTok. We've got 11 in the YouTube. Guys, please give me Arsenal against Everton. Give me those score lines. I will time out people spamming, so just give me a second. There's no need to spam. You get your point across. Thank you very much. I will mute anyone who's doing that. I would appreciate if you just didn't do that. So, Bo says 3-0 Arsenal. Typical says 3-0 Arsenal. Galaxy 2-1 Arsenal. Harry says 7-0 Arsenal. Lord of the Mings says 3-2 Arsenal, tight game. I think the games are going to be closer than what people think. We've got Yeti says Arsenal 0, Everton 1. My prediction today will be Arsenal 1, Everton 0. They will be singing 1-0 to the Arsenal. I reckon it's going to be a late goal as well. I reckon it's going to be a goal within the last 20 minutes of the game. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a goal in the last 20 minutes, roughly. And it's going to be 1-0 to the Arsenal. And then it's the big game. It's the one that most people will have their eyes on today. Manchester City against West Ham United at the Etihad. City, all they need to do is win. They do not need to care at all about Arsenal as long as they win. That's all they have to do. Jay Will says 4-1 the Arsenal. Yeah, a lot of people predicted Arsenal to win. I'm not surprised. A draw for City and a win for Arsenal because of the goal difference will win the league for Arsenal. City can draw the game. Arsenal win. Arsenal can win the league. That could very easily happen. But my prediction for Manchester City, and please give me yours as well, I think it's going to be, unfortunately, 2-1 to Manchester City. I still think West Ham will get a goal. I think City take the lead, West Ham equaliser, and I can see a late goal with limbs and everything for Manchester City, and they'll win the league. It will be a bit of drama involved, but I think that will happen. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people think. We could be having an Aston Villa moment, where just like when Villa went to the Etihad a couple of years ago, Villa took a 2-0 lead, made it very dramatic in the final day of the season. I still say, by the way, if Emi Martinez would have played that game, I think we would have got a result. But Olsen was in goal, and he was terrible, and we conceded 3 shots and, 3 goals in 10 minutes. I don't think Emi Martinez would have conceded those goals, but, that was several years ago. It doesn't matter now. Galaxy says 1-0 West Ham. That is insane. 4-2 City says Bo. 2-0 City says Typical. 2-1 West Ham says Lord of the Mings. Wow. Crazy. I mean, I just want the drama today. I want the drama. I can see a West Ham goal. There is no Edison in goal for Manchester City. I'll go through the lineups of the Arsenal game and the City game. We'll start with City because that will be the one I will be mainly watching today, and I'll be covering. I will be going through both of them. We've got all the scores on screen. Guys, I am streaming this on YouTube. I have all the overlays and all the scores from all the games in the Premier League today. They'll all be covered as goals go in. In goal for City, because of the Edison injury, it is Ortega, but he's very good, to be quite fair. Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, Akanji, and Gvardiol is their back four. Rodri in midfield, Doku one side, Foden the other. So Foden out wide is interesting. Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, and it's, Erling Haaland as always, up front. West Ham United fill the back five. Kufel and Emerson are the wing backs. Zuma, Mavropanos, and Ryan Cresswell is their back five. Souček and Ward-Prowse make up the pivot. Lucas Paquetá and Kudus are on the wings, and it's Michael Antonio. Big Dick Antonio, please do something for me. I do not want City to win this league. It will be so boring. I'm going to say it right now. I want Arsenal to win the league today. Arsenal need to win the league today just so it's entertaining. I don't think it's going to happen, but Arsenal need to win the league today so this league doesn't become boring. It's that simple. And that is my opinion. I'm allowed that. Guys, can we not fucking spam the TikTok live? Jesus Christ, man. I don't get it. You can have your comment. I just get people just spamming my live. I don't get it. You will get... There's no point. You will get muted for the whole stream. There's no point for it. Gabriel says, if Chambers scores tonight, I'll buy a Villa shirt with his name on the back. I do love that. I do indeed love that. City boring 3-0 win. I mean, it would be dull, but you can see it happen, can't you? How you doing, Murad? I'm back after yapping. Should we sign Elise? 100%. I don't think he'll go to us, though. And that is my opinion. That is the lineup for City and West Ham covered. We'll now move on to The other game is Arsenal against Everton. Arsenal have to win no matter what today. They have to make sure they win. City could draw today and Arsenal draw, they get away with it. City lose and Arsenal lose, they get away with it. City lose and Arsenal draw, they get away with it. So, like, no matter what, Arsenal need to win. The bottom line, they have to win. David Raya in goal. I mean, Arsenal have had such an easy season with very little injuries. Like, that's the thing that frustrates me about that team. They never get like any big injury. In fact, today they've got Saka injured, and it's the only missing player in their whole team. Even Timber is actually available today. Like, he's on the bench. Like, they've had such little injuries, Arsenal. Anyway, Raya in goal. Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu. The most standard backline of Arsenal we've seen all season. Martin Odegaard, Thomas Partey, Declan Rice in their midfield. And it's Martinelli, obviously. Martinelli and Trossard and Kai Havertz in the middle. No Saka, like I said. So, I mean, Martinelli and Trossard are still good enough for this. Everton, it is the most Sean Dyche team you'll see. It's a 4-4-2. It's Pickford in goal, Ashley Young, Branthwaite, Tarkowski, and Seamus Coleman, who had, I think, a contract extension today or yesterday, whatever. He's basically signing just an extra year at Everton once more. Dwight McNeil, Onana, Idrissa Gana-Gueye, and James Garner on the right wing. Decore behind Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Will he cause trouble? That's another question today. Will Calvert-Lewin cause the problems? Do you care if we win? I do not give a single fuck if we win today. We're in the top 4. It's a changed team. Like I said, my main coverage of today is the title race. Because Villa, if we didn't confirm top 4 and say Spurs got a result in the week, I would have cared about this result, obviously. But now we're in the top 4. I don't care. I really don't care. I reckon we'll get battered today as well. And it will still be a party atmosphere in the away end at Selhurst Park. I'm telling you right now, I don't give a toss. If Villa fans want to care, feel free. But I personally don't. I mean, Emery's son is on the bench. That says it all. Unai Emery's son is literally on the substitute bench. Can we not spam? I keep saying this every 5 minutes. If you spam, you will get muted for the stream. And if you're someone who constantly spams, you're just going to get banned. It's that simple. I do not care enough. We've got the Champions League final soon, the Europa League final, the Conference League final. I reckon Real Madrid win the Champions League final. I think Atalanta win the Europa League final and Fiorentina win the Conference League final. I might cover the games. Oh no, there's one I won't be covering the Champions League final because I am going to watch that with friends. But I might do the Conference League final. I don't think, because I get a lot of Olympiacos fans in my chat anyway, I don't think they're going to win. I really don't. I think they're going to slip up in the final. So I'm tempted to cover that live because I still have a lot of Olympiacos fans. You know, they still comment. But yeah, the final day of the season, it starts in 5 minutes. I am so excited. I really want just a bit of drama today. I really do. I really, really do. Do you think Leverkusen... No. So that's another thing as well. Bayer Leverkusen, I think, do basically the better version of the Invincibles than Arsenal. Because Arsenal may have been invincible in the league, but they never were in cup competitions. So I actually think Bayer Leverkusen will go beyond that and basically be unbeaten. It's that simple. It is absolutely that simple. And it will be an incredible story. And I mean, I didn't think... I mean, at one point I thought, oh, they're going to lose eventually in the league. Like, they can't keep going on and on and on. And I just felt like, you know, as the time went on and, you know, the 97, 96 minute equalizers that they were constantly getting, it just felt like, man, are they ever going to lose? The game that really like stunned me was the Roma game. 2-0 down. And they still didn't lose. They didn't even have to equalize because they won the first leg. But they actually recovered a 2-0 deficit in 10 minutes. It's ridiculous. It's like what they've done this season. People say like never say die attitudes, right? But it's like beyond that. It's absolutely ridiculous what Leverkusen have done this season. Like genuinely. I just think it'll never be done again. I'm telling you now, we'll never have this again. So I hope they do it. I hope they go through and do it. I really do. Dortmund win 1-0. Leverkusen win 2-1. Fiorentina win 4-3 on penalties. 2-2 in the match, says Galaxy. Well, I'm probably going to go live. Like I said, I've still got loads of Olympiacos fans who are in my chats constantly. So I'm probably going to do a live stream for Olympiacos against Fiorentina. And I'll make sure I will go live. And hopefully I'll enjoy it. But we'll see. We are about to be underway. Now, City never really have an atmosphere, but they're doing the best they can. There's lots of like blue tissue paper and all that. It's a bit bizarre. But I feel there's a little bit of tension. There's a little bit of tension in the ground. Oh, man. Come on, West Ham. Do something for me. Like I said, all 10 Premier League games are all on at the very same time. I think for the first time in my streaming career, I've not got Villa as the main centre of a weekend. But as the games are underway, we'll be updating you with everything that happens. Oh, man. Come on, West Ham. Lucas Paquetá. Kudos, do something for me, man. Do something for me today. As much as I'm a Villa fan, I think for the integrity of the Premier League, we do need an Arsenal title. For the integrity of the Premier League, we need it. Now, the fans of London teams will disagree, obviously, because they don't want Arsenal to win a division. But for the integrity of the sport, it needs to happen. It's just that simple. I'm not covering the Villa game today because it's a second string team today. Villa we've made top 4. I'll be updating on scores and everything. And I'll be looking at half-time what fans think. And I might be able to see clips of goals or highlights during all the games. But my main coverage today will be Arsenal against West Ham, Man City against West Ham, and Arsenal against Everton for the final game of the season, the title race. It's the big one. And I don't know, I'm excited really. I just got a weird feeling it's just not going to be straightforward for City today. I feel West Ham are going to score. It's going to be, at one point today, I reckon it's going to be 1-1. City will probably go on and win it. But I just got a weird feeling. I just got a really weird feeling today. I am live on both YouTube and TikTok. Feel free to follow me on both. Double tap the screen. All that good stuff. And we are not long away now from being underway. The players are getting onto the pitch. City have an absolute massive tifo in the middle of the pitch today. It's a fat City flag in the middle. City, well, there's City flags all around the stadium. Please. I hate how smug Guardiola is. I love the idea that they could get to, I mean, they've got to an FA Cup final and they've gone to the final day of the Premier League season, and I'd just love it if they battled both. It would be great. I would enjoy. They're going to go through the lineup, so I mean, we've already covered them, but they're starting with City. Ortega is brilliant. It's what annoys me. Most teams struggle when their main keeper gets injured. Ortega is better than half the league's goalkeepers. He's such a good backup. That frustrates me more than anything. He's so good for a backup keeper. It's genuinely unfair. It's actually genuinely unfair. Panathinaikos is better than Olympiacos, says Murad. I mean, I would have said AK Athens, but they beat them recently, so I'm not gonna say it. AJ, what's your favourite Villa game you've ever been to? I've been asked this a few times, and I say the same game every time. When Villa beat Sunderland 6-1, and it was nearly a decade, I think it was a decade ago actually. We were losing 1-0, and I remember their manager at the time was dancing and celebrating, and we ended up winning heavily. I think Agbonlahor scored a hat-trick in that game? An incredible game. I was very young for it. I was like 13, 14, but it was just brilliant. the vibes at Villa Park were amazing that day, and there's not many games that I look back very fondly over. That is one of them. I think it was Di Canio who was in charge at the time for Sunderland, and like he was really vocal and he over celebrated their first goal, and it's just really funny that we hammered them. He might have even got sent off in that game. I remember him being just over the top. I swear I was at the game too. It was years ago, but I was at the game. And I was very happy. I was like a happy 13-year-old. Still can't believe how long that was. Forest scored already. Has there already been a goal? We've only just kicked off. I've not seen it come up yet. But according to Whiffs, there's a goal for Forest. We're going to see. The Arsenal game has kicked off. City are about to be. Oh, then don't... Okay, only say it if there's an actual goal. You weirdo. Big chance doesn't mean goal. It does in lower leagues, but it doesn't in the Premier League. It just means there's a big chance. Oh, it is a goal. It is a goal. It is 1-0 Forest over Burnley. It means nothing. Because Forest are basically safe anyway, but in the first minute of the game at Turf Moor, it is Burnley 0, Nottingham Forest 1. It's a Chris Wood goal, apparently. Wow. A Brentford goal. We've seen several goals. What is going on? There's no way it's a Brentford goal. I refuse to believe it's a Brentford goal so soon. We're about to be underway for the City game. The Arsenal game has already had, according to here, TNT Sports, apparently Arsenal kicked off 2 minutes ago. Why is this one so delayed? TNT Sport, Arsenal have kicked off like already. So I don't know why City are so behind. It's a goal for Brentford against... That's outrageous. Goal for Brentford against Newcastle. We are underway at the Etihad. Come on, West Ham. Come on, you Claret and Blue Boys. Can the Claret and Blue Boys win? At least a hat-trick would be funny, boy. But already, I mean, it's only been a couple minutes in the Premier League today, and it's Burnley 0, Forest 1, and Brentford 1, Newcastle 0. Who was the goal scorer for Brentford in that game? I wonder. Did Tony score? I know Tony's had a horrendous goal record recently. His goal drought is a bit rough. But we shall see what goes on. I'll get the lineup as well for this game. I saw a lot of people, by the way, criticise... it was Ivan Toney, was it? I saw a lot of people criticise Kyle Walker, right, against Spurs. I thought Kyle Walker played really well. I don't really get fans sometimes. He offered a huge threat down the right. Paquetá, he has lost the ball here. Kyle Walker into Bernardo Silva. Foden edge of the box. Phil Foden! Goal already! Phil Foden has scored with a rocket inside the top corner in the first minute at the Etihad. It's 1-0 to Manchester City. We've only played a minute of the game. Phil Foden with a left-footed rocket from edge of the box. It flies into the top left corner, and the player of the season, the Premier League player of the season, makes it Manchester City 1, West Ham United 0 in the title race. What a goal. Unbelievable goal. Just going to update my table, see if it updates. What a strike. Absolutely no saving that whatsoever. Brilliant finish. Missiles past Areola. Yeah, it was a rocket from Foden. What a way to start a game. Right in the corner. That is just the perfect goal. It's the perfect start for Man City, really. The Brentford goal's only just been ruled out. That happened ages ago. But Brentford's goal against Newcastle, I mean, that took VAR, 3 minutes to decide? Dear, oh dear. But it is 1-0 to Manchester City inside the first minute. The goal time has been awarded 1 minute 19. Unbelievable. And I'm sure the Arsenal fans will know all about that already. That is a shame. That is a shame. I am just going to try and get an updated table for you guys, because for some reason the table's not updating on my overlays. So if you do bear with me, I'll try and update it. The Man City game for some reason kicked off a little bit late, like 3 minutes late. That's why their game's in the 4th minute, everyone else is in the 7th minute. I'm just going to copy and paste the stuff here. I might watch the Intercontinental Derby, Gala versus Fenerbahce. Fair enough, man. You want to do that? I'm going to have to change... Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, bear with me. I'm going to have to make some changes here. Alright. 960. I'm making some changes now so it fits on the screen properly. Never be a streamer, guys. It's not fun when things don't go wrong. Fucking hell, man. Well, there's criticism from Gary Neville on James Ward-Prowse. I mean, I think it's easy to criticize sometimes. It's very easy just to make an off-the-cuff comment. I don't think there's a lot. I mean, it's a bit of freedom and space for Foden, but I don't think there's too much you could have done about that, in my opinion. That is just me. Yo, what are you... I'm watching today. I'm watching Man City against West Ham. All the Premier League games and goals will be covered on this channel, but because Villa have secured top 4 and it is Villa's second team, I've only got Villa as a scoreboard basically today. I will be looking at half time and throughout the game, basically seeing what's going on. But you know, we've got Olsen in goal. John Duran is starting. It's a very changed Villa team. Callum Chambers is starting even. So it's a much changed Villa team today. Is Doku for City cross? Zuma cuts it out. Well cut out by Zuma. I'm just going to move that there. And I'm going to chop to the right here. There we go. All right, I'm fixing my overlays. There we go. The overlays are being fixed. Cool. City are top of the Premier League. Who would have thought? City go 4 points above Arsenal. They will end the season on 91 points. Just a bit of trivia for you guys in both my chats right now. Aston Villa are the final team to have beaten Man City this season. If City go unbeaten today, not only Villa are the last team to beat Arsenal in the Premier League, but Villa are the last team to beat Man City. So we've done our job. We've done our parts. It's that simple. Does McGinn score free kicks? No. Luca Digne sometimes, but yeah, Villa conceded a goal. It is 1-0 to Palace. I mean, it is a changed Villa team today. I don't care. Villa could lose 3-0 today. It is a much changed Villa team. Apparently, there's been a goal for Palace. I don't know where you guys are seeing this. A big chance does not equal goal. It might. But if you see big chance and flash score, it doesn't always mean goal. But I'm guessing we have conceded. Does James Ward-Prowse score banger volleys? Possibly. Now, big chance doesn't, because we've had a big chance before. It doesn't always mean goal. Especially games that are covered on TV. It doesn't always. But it is 1-0 to Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park against Villa. Foden, square, edge of the box to Kyle Walker. It's an awkward pass. He has to recycle the ball a little bit here. 7 minutes gone at the Etihad. It is still 1-0 to Manchester City. It is still goalless at the Emirates Stadium as well. I mean, Arsenal, at the end of the day, still need to win. No matter what. No matter what. We have on screen as well, we've got the top 8 because one of these teams, it's going to be either Newcastle or Man United realistically. One of them two will finish outside of Europe. We're going to see that on the screen. Sterling diving in the box as per. Oh dear. Raheem Sterling never changes. Yeah, they just don't change, do they? Guys, double tap the screen on the TikTok. I do appreciate your support as always. And please like the video on the YouTube. I'm just going to have a look at the what the Villa fans are saying. So the Palace goal was scored by Mateta. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm not surprised we are losing. Like I said, I reckon half the Villa players are drunk today. I would not be surprised. Yeah. I mean, one of the comments I've seen straight away is "Oh no," anyway, from Jeremy Clarkson. So yeah, all I care about today, Ollie Watkins getting his 20th Premier League goal of the season. If we lose 3-1, but that happens, who cares? You know. Genuinely, I don't think many Villa fans care about losing today. As long as Watkins gets the goal. AJ, I can't really tell what team you support. What do you mean? Is this a joke? Palace VAR. What's going on here? Oh, the goal is under VAR review. What? The goal happened 2 minutes ago. What's going on here? The goal for Palace. I mean, that's probably going to be given, right? Because that was ages ago. I am surprised. I don't know what's going on. Goal stood. Okay. Free kick to City. 10 minutes gone at the Etihad. Elsewhere, it is still goalless apart from Burnley 0, Forest 1, a Chris Wood goal in the first couple minutes of that game. I think it was the first minute, wasn't it? Just going to see this now. De Bruyne smashes a shot towards Areola's goal and he beats it away. Chris Wood with an Elanga assist in the first 2 minutes of that game. And City's goal, as we know, was a Phil Foden goal. I think it was a Bernardo Silva pass. It was, yeah. Silva pass into Foden. And yeah, I've just seen here, Darren Bond sticks with his VAR review and the goal for Palace against Villa does stand. 2-0 Forest. Is it 2-0 Forest? Somehow this big chance shite, man. Yeah, stop with the big chance shit. It is though, however, 2-0. But I'm not going to... I'd rather not say it until I see it on screen, not saying it. But it is, however, Burnley 0, Forest 2. I got to say, West Ham have been utter shit in this game. I've not seen anything from them. They're playing a back five and they just lack any kind of belief. Phil Foden for City. That's a bad pass, though. Antonio, maybe West Ham can have the ball just for a little bit here. Mikel Antonio goes backwards. Oh, that's a foul. That's a nice bit of footwork, actually. AJ, Benteke. Oh, Watkins all day over Benteke. Prime Benteke is brilliant, but Watkins is just overall a better player. They're showing the goal again. Spurs goal. Has there been? So much for the entertaining end of the game. I mean, we've still got a long way to go, haven't we, really? Still got a long way to go. How do you think Villa will do in the Champions League? Is a question I've just got on TikTok. I think we'll make round of 16. Don't know beyond that, really. I'm not expecting Villa to actually go super far. I want to experience the Champions League at Villa. I'll be definitely going and vlogging a Villa home game in the Champions League, 100%. Because how often am I going to say I've done that? It's been 40 years since the last time Villa were in the Champions League. It is a goal for Spurs. It has been confirmed. Kulusevski. I mean, the last goal he scored was against City at the Etihad. So that is a long overdue goal for Dejan Kulusevski. Jerome Villa says we need a new backup goalkeeper. I mean, yeah. We all know he's not really good enough. To be quite honest. The Forest goal has gone to VAR. Just seen the VAR symbol. Looking at the stats for Villa today, so we've had 60% of the ball with one shot. And to be fair, I was going to say Forest, Palace only have had one shot as well, but their shot did go into the back of the Villa net. I might try and see if I can get a little clip of that goal and maybe review it for you guys. Caicedo. Has there been a Chelsea goal? We'll see. AJ, what's the best Villa goal you've seen live? Oh, that's a good question. See, there's been a lot of games that I've gone to. Probably Grealish against Derby. He hit a volley from the corner. I don't think there's been a better one than that I've been to anyway. There's like the John McGinn goal against Wednesday, but I didn't go to that game. But I went to Villa Derby. I can't remember a better goal than that. I didn't go to the promotion final. I went to basically a bar in Birmingham, and it was absolutely jam-packed with people, and it was great. It's very tense. I remember there was hundreds and hundreds of people there, and it was really tense when they scored. Like, you could hear a pin drop, I remember. I've never known a place so quiet with so many people. But yeah. Has Caicedo scored from nearly the halfway line? I've just seen... So they're showing the Chelsea goal. They're actually showing it. Oh my god. I mean, the keeper's off his line, but Caicedo did score from the halfway line against Bournemouth. What a goal. What an unbelievable goal. Doku with dribbling. Doku! What a save, Areola! Could have and should have been 2-0 to Manchester City there. Areola with an unbelievable save. Doku gets away from Kufel and Souček, spins his shot over, looking for the far corner. I mean, I think Souček should do more there, really. It's a great save from Areola. Quarter of an hour gone. It's been all Cities. This hasn't even been close, man. Hasn't even been close. Hasn't even been close. I'm watching the City against West Ham game back. I'm covering all the games, but from what I'm seeing, they did show the Chelsea game against Bournemouth, and it was a Caicedo goal from the halfway line. They showed a clip of it during the City game. But the main game I'm watching today is the game that, you know, this most likely going to be the Premier League winner today. Rodri cross towards the far post. Doku in the box, left footed. Doku, another save from Areola. At his near post this time. West Ham defensively have been absolutely shit, man. It has been one wave traffic. Areola's had to make 3 saves already. 3 good saves. This back 5 of West Ham is appalling. It's so easy. They just shift the ball beyond... every time they get one-on-one with the defender, they just shift it past him. Every time. It's really poor defending from West Ham. Really poor. McGinn, yellow card. I mean, I'm not surprised. De Bruyne, he's actually won the ball. Oh, dear. Ball into Rodri! And he should do more. He's actually shanked that wide, Rodri. I think... Is he gone with the outside of his boot there? Rodri should do better here. City, if they took their chances, they could be 2-3-0 up by now. Honestly, this is awful from West Ham. Absolutely awful. Oh, it's a toe poke. Rodri literally toe pokes the ball and puts it wide. Oh, dear, man. Oh, dear. Yeah, Harry, Sheffield United are not going to... As much as I said 1-0 Sheffield United, it's not going to happen, is it? It's just not going to happen, unfortunately. Here's Kufel for West Ham. Oh, he does well, actually. Oh, but the referee has indicated the ball went out for a throw-in. 18 minutes gone at the Etihad. It's still 1-0 to Manchester City. Elsewhere, it is goalless at the Emirates between Arsenal and Everton. They need to win no matter what today. They need to make sure they win. Sheffield United 0, Tottenham 1, Burnley 0, Forest 2. Brentford did have the lead against Newcastle. Chance for City. It's Foden! It's 2-0. Phil Foden has 2 goals. Inside 20 minutes at the Etihad. Foden rolls the ball away, and I think that is the league title. I already think that is the league title. Phil Foden, the Premier League player of the season with the shittest celebration. I will say, his celebration is terrible. He's a great footballer, but that needs to be worked on. Manchester City are 2-0 up against West Ham United inside 20 minutes. West Ham have folded. Absolutely folded in this game. Bro has to improve his goal celebration though. I watched the video of his mum getting slapped up and he did nothing about it. And then he does like gun firing stuff. His celebration involves firing a gun. Bro, defend your mum. I don't know. Great footballer. That needs to be worked on. But it is 2-0 Man City. I think that's the league. I do think that's the league done. And I feel sorry for Arsenal, but I wouldn't even say Arsenal bottled the league this year. I think they bottled it last year, but people will say Arsenal bottled against Villa. They will say, and I could say this for clips, right? I could say the words Aston Villa stopped Arsenal from winning the league. And I could say the words Arsenal bottled the league to Villa. But I think it's a bit harsh. I think it's a bit harsh. A Villa win at the Etihad. A Villa win at the Emirates has technically stopped Arsenal from winning the Premier League. Mudrick's, that is shameless. That happened months ago. And you got battered 5-0 at the Emirates. Where were Chelsea that day? They got humbled and bent over. Prime Riley Reid. That's what happened. Prime Riley Reid at the Emirates. At least Villa turned up though. And Villa as well beat Man City. People forget this. Villa beat City 1-0 at Villa Park. If you take the top 4 in isolation, Villa have picked up more points against like each other in the top 4 than anyone. 3 points off City, 6 off Arsenal, a point off Liverpool. We took 3 from Spurs. We took 4 from Chelsea. We've had a good season. Our record against the top 6 has been very good. Very good. I'm very pleased with what I've seen. I mean, we deservedly are top 4. I gotta say, all these results: Newcastle beating Brentford 1-0, Chelsea beating Bournemouth 1-0, Spurs winning against Sheffield United 1-0. This is the worst possible outcome if you're a Man United fan. Man United are missing out on Europe. Even if they won, United would be missing out on Europe. How crazy is that? Every result is going against United right now. Every single result. You're telling me I'm going to have to watch FA Cup final relying on City? Oh dear. Is Kevin De Bruyne? I can't believe Foden could have a hat-trick on a day that City win the Premier League. Crazy, man. Paquetá. Good pass into midfield. This is shite from West Ham. I'm going to see what the West Ham fans think on Twitter, right? Because this is fucking shit from West Ham. Absolutely terrible. Is Haaland... Haaland might get a goal. No, good tackle from James Ward-Prowse. He does exist in midfield. Who would have thought? I didn't know he was playing. He's been an absolute ghost in midfield, Ward-Prowse. Shocking. Oh, the West Ham fans are shameless. Doing our part, and it's West Ham emojis. Oh, God. 2-0 to Newcastle. Well, that game has took a complete turn. It is 2-0. And there was nearly a third goal. Doku nearly clipping the ball in the far corner here. Can Kufel defend? My days, man. Kufel is shocking. Genuinely shocking. I'm gonna... Again, can we not spam the TikTok comments? My lord. Here's a corner. It's a Phil Foden corner. It's a good header away at the near post. Kyle Walker out wide to Bernardo Silva. Foden. AJ Watkins or Haaland. I mean, what a ball. Haaland 3. Oh! Haaland's missed an open goal. Haaland has missed an open goal. Haaland has missed an open goal from a yard out. I mean, what a time to ask that question. How has he missed that? That's shocking from Haaland. He's literally a yard out. Guys, go and watch this, right? He's a yard out and he's just completely missed the ball. Yeah, I am taking Watkins. I do not care. Oh, man. Tapping. I'll say tapping Merchant. He couldn't even score a tapping. It's Foden, edge of the box. Foden has a shot save. What is going on with Foden, man? Foden's cooking. Foden is cooking. This is the Foden we need for England, I tell you. If we get this Foden for England, we'll start cooking. But Foden for England is usually fucking shit. So it's not going to matter, right? Doku is fouled. City get a free kick. 25 minutes gone here. 2-0 to City. I mean, this could have been 3 or 4-0 by now. It should be 3-0 at the very least. Haaland missing a tap in front of goal is crazy. An absolute sitter in front of goal. Up the Villa said Brody. I appreciate that, man. Is there a goal for... Wait. Oh, Newcastle goal ruled out. Oh, dear. Brentford are only 1-0 down. VAR has been heavily involved today. Heavily involved. It is still 1-0 to Palace over Villa. It is still 1-0 to Chelsea against Bournemouth. Goalless between Brighton and United. It is Brentford 0, Newcastle 1. Sheffield United 0, Spurs 1. Burnley 0, Forest 2. Luton 0, Fulham 0. And Liverpool 0, Wolves 0. As things stand, I mean, everyone stays where they are. City go and stay above Arsenal. Spurs, Chelsea and Newcastle all winning, so they don't overtake each other. This just heavily leaves out Man United. Man United are lingering and rotting away in 8th place. -3 goals. I cannot believe United, bar a miracle today, will end the season with minus goal difference. You know how insane that is? City plus 62, Arsenal plus 61, Liverpool plus 43, Villa plus 19, Spurs plus 11, Chelsea plus 14, Newcastle plus 22, Man United -3. United stay 8th place as things stand. Even a United win wouldn't put them above anyone due to goal difference. They are 25 goal difference away from Newcastle United. And we've beaten them 3-2 as well. You are getting robbed, says Harry. I mean, you also robbed him, so let's not take the piss here. Sterling did apparently Sterling dived earlier. Doku has a shot. Oh, not Doku, sorry. Kanji had a shot from distance, which was saved by Areola. West Ham, I haven't even seen them venture outside their box, to be honest. This has been a dreadful performance. They give it away again. This is shocking from West Ham. I wanted entertainment on the final day. This is utter shite. Here's De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Doku. Doku squares it. It's Kevin De Bruyne! Oh, it's a foot wide again? How many chances are City having? City are all over West Ham here. Semedo red card. Wolves are down to 10. Oh, that's actually an incredible save. He's not put it wide. It's tipped wide by Alphonse Areola. It's an unbelievable save. De Bruyne tries to finesse the ball in the far corner. Well, this is shocking. If this West Ham turned up at the Emirates in December, Arsenal would have absolutely walked all over them. This is utter shit from West Ham. I hope the West Ham fans, right, they'll be happy that Arsenal won't win the league, but they should be embarrassed by this. They should be absolutely embarrassed that this is how they play. This is absolutely fucking shit. Abysmal. How many people have I had to fucking ban today? The amount of people I've had to mute and ban from TikTok is crazy. Olympiacos fans are actually weird. There's your Luton goal. I did say I think Luton will win. It'll be the most... Did they score a corner? I need to know if they scored a set piece. It will be... I told you from minute one. It'll be the most Luton way of winning. They score a corner, hold out for a 1-0, and then they get... You know, their fans get like a mini celebration end of the season. West Ham are fucking shit, man. Where is their performance, man? I wanted entertainment today. They conceded in the first minute and just laid down and got piped. And the pipe hasn't ended. Is De Bruyne into Doku? Doku has terrorised Kufal in this game. De Bruyne edge of the box. De Bruyne! Another block this time from Suche. Oh dear. Baited by flash score. See, this is why you don't say flash score big chance. That literally exhibit A there. Not every big chance leads to goal. Like for top 10 or anything. What do you mean, man? Is De Bruyne. De Bruyne into Doku. Doku! Good tackle, Kudus. And then Kufal does earn a goal kick for West Ham. Wow, half an hour gone here. This is shit. This is terrible. I don't know where all these Olympiacos fans spawn from. I've got an Olympiacos fan spawner in my comment section. You know, like just when you play Minecraft, right? And there's like you got those zombie spawners or spider spawn. I've got Olympiacos fan spawners going on in my chat. I mute a million of them, and then more come. I don't know where they come from. I don't know why they're here. Kudus into Kufel. I'm definitely streaming Olympiacos against Fiorentina. I am shameless. I will be there. Emerson. Yeah, I know. I've seen Haaland miss an open net. Yeah, he missed from a yard out. It should have been 3-0. Should have been game over. Here's Vardio. Haaland's 1-on-1. Oh, it's a good save. I mean, Haaland is... I tell you, man. He's the shittest best player in the world, I tell you. He's probably offside anyway. He's offside anyway. He's genuinely the shittest best player in the world. He makes football look difficult. Some players make it look easy. Haaland makes football look hard. Unbelievable. Oh, another one. Football edit. He doesn't even have Olympiacos. Okay, this guy supports multiple teams because his profile picture isn't even Olympiacos. And we meet more. Oh my god. The Olympiacos spam in the TikTok is crazy. Smash ball forward from Silva towards Doku. Kufal barely does enough there. And now Doku's gone down injured. Maybe he just likes the Olympics. West Ham are 2-0 down yet. West Ham cannot be in Europe. What do even West Ham have to play for? They've got nothing, have they? Moyes is going. They're too far off United. They bottled the Europa League. They're gonna finish 9th place. There is a world actually where no, they can't, can they? Because Brighton are level. So they're gonna be guaranteed 9th place at the end of the season. Yeah. Dear oh dear. Palace climb to 11th place. Another Palace goal would put them in the top 10. Also, Brighton conceding would do that too, but yeah. Liverpool goal. I mean, we all saw that coming. There's no way Liverpool were not going to win their final game of Klopp. If people genuinely thought that was going to happen, then they genuinely need words with themselves. Zuma goes, I'd like to see West Ham have the ball in City's half. I'm going to look up the stats of that, by the way. I don't remember West Ham having the ball in City's half at all. I've not even seen Ortega. Ortega could be having a picnic, for all I care. He might as well have a bit of afternoon tea. They're going to show they're showing the Liverpool goal. What was the goal like? Was it a cross? Cross comes in, flick header. What a goal. McAllister, probably their player of the season, arguably. Made it 1-0 Liverpool. And, yeah. Oh, you know what? Even as a Villa fan, I'm a little bit sad for Liverpool that he's going. You know, he's a big part of the Premier League. I was still in school when he was hired, by the way. So he's been in the Premier League for a very long time. 2-0 Newcastle. It is a second goal for them, yeah. So every game, bar Brighton has had a goal. Brighton and the Arsenal game. Arsenal, though, I will say, it doesn't really matter now, does it? I'm trying to be optimistic, but it really doesn't matter, really. If they get a result. Oh, my TikTok live has just gone. Oops. I didn't pay attention. My TikTok live's ended. So I'm just going to go live on there again. I keep getting loads of hate on TikTok today from Olympiacos fans. I don't know where they come from. This is why... So people say it's shameless. You guys don't... Honestly, take a day and try and read comments, right? I get harassed by Olympiacos fans. Ever since we drew them in the competition, right? Even before we played them, I get harassed daily by Olympiacos fans. I get sent DMs by Olympiacos supporters. Some of them are nice, right? But, mate, some of the comments are ridiculous. I have to translate them. 3-0 Newcastle United. Dear Lord. 3-0 Newcastle. Well, I'm going to say it, right? Not only I think De Zerbi is overrated, I think Thomas Frank is very overrated as well. People will say injuries and whatever this season, but fucking hell, man. They are trash. They are abysmal. I have never understood the De Zerbi hype. Genuinely. I'll never will. I will never understand the De Zerbi hype. 2 wins in 12. There was a point where they had, 6 wins in... I remember one stat, it was like 6 wins in 26. Like, other than the bottom 3, I think, Brighton are like the 4th best team in the Premier League. No, sorry, 4th from worst team in the Premier League in 2024. Like, they've been shit. Brentford, you know, they might not even... Well, they're definitely not now, 3-0 down. They're not going to crack 40 points. Teams have been relegated on that before. 39 points. Teams have gone down on that. Like, this has been a fucking terrible season for Brentford. Genuinely. Like, have a look at the squad playing today, right? Tony, Umbuemo, Wissa, there's no excuse. At least today, no excuse. They'll say injuries through the season, right? Flecken's awful in goal. Wissa loves scoring against Villa for some reason, but other than that, he's terrible. Jensen, Norgard, Janel is just a very mediocre midfield. Tony and Buemo should be enough, though. You should have enough goals there between them two. Well, that's just me. Pinnock's not a bad defender. Reguilon I've never rated. I think Reguilon was abysmal at Spurs. 2-0 Palace. Villa's B team are losing 2-0 to Crystal Palace. I mean, I did say I think we'd lose... You guys are acting like this is surprising. I said Villa would lose 3-0 today. I still see another goal. Mateta has 2. Mateta has a double at Selhurst Park. And Ortega's just had to make a save in the West Ham game. His first save today. Villa tweeted, Diaby races onto a lovely ball from Louise, but Henderson makes the stop. Apparently Diaby missed a chance. And, yeah, second goal by 2 goals for Mateta. I mean, if you want an underrated player, it's Mateta. ever since the new boss has come in, they've been brilliant. Everton goal! Everton goal at the Emirates, and it's an absolute rocket. Is that Idrissa Gana Gueye, who's just absolutely missiled the ball into the corner? Oh my goodness me! It's Arsenal 0, Everton 1. Just when you think it's already over, it's this is a nightmare. If you're an Arsenal fan, oh, the Idrissa Gueye did play for Villa, yeah, he did play for Villa. He was our player of the season when we got relegated. He was a very good player. He's probably the only player that season who could hold his head up high, genuinely. And he signed from Villa for Everton in 2016. What a goal, man. That was a missile. David Raya stood still. 2-0 to Liverpool in Klopp's farewell as well. I'm watching West Ham against Manchester City. Because I knew the Villa game I knew it weren't going to go well today. I don't really care because we've got top 4. And it was, when Unai Emery's got his son on the bench, I think that says it all. I genuinely cannot believe Arsenal are losing. I thought no matter what today, both teams win. I am very surprised to see Arsenal lose. Goodness me. Goodness me. I put 3 Arsenal defenders in FPL thinking they won't concede at home. I tell you, this is a weird stat as well, which I found out today. Outside the top of the Premier League, Everton have the most clean sheets. Did you guys even know that? I didn't know that. Everton have a ridiculous amount of clean sheets this season. You would never guess it where they are on the table. But yeah, now they're winning. You could actually see them not conceding today. Kwanzaa scored. Oh dear. Chance for City. I mean, Foden's gone down. City, I mean, they're not going to get a penalty for that. Pickford's been class. I mean, Pickford's a good keeper. They're showing the Liverpool goal that happened a while ago. Oh, it's a terrible goal. It's like a charity goal game. That was awful defending from Wolves, but I don't expect anything less from them utter dingle shites. Yeah, that is awful goal. It has meant though, that goal has meant that this game and this season has broken the record for the amount of Premier League goals. 1,223. Is it an Arsenal equaliser? I'm going to skip. Has there been an Arsenal goal? I'm going to very quickly skim over it. Bear with me. I'm going to TNT Sports. It is a goal. It is 1-1 at the Emirates. It's a Tomiyasu goal. I'm just going to see how this... I've just went over to TNT Sports now just to see what it was like. So I'm reacting to the Arsenal equaliser at the Emirates. Right now it means virtually nothing. Lovely through ball. Cross from the byline. Tomiyasu. Oh, it's a lovely finish. Absolutely lovely finish. The curse of AJ strikes again because I said Everton get loads of clean sheets. It's an amazing pullback, but there's like 3 or 4 defenders that should have realistically blocked that shot. It's gone through a crowd of players. It's still nowhere near enough. Arsenal need to win. And Manchester City need to somehow drop a 2-goal lead here. It's just not going to happen, is it really? As much as I want to see it happen, as much as I don't want City to once again win the league. There's a goal for West Ham! West Ham goal! I've just come back to a West Ham goal. I was trying to watch the City... I can't, but what are the odds of that? I was trying to just go back and watch the Arsenal goal. I go back to the West Ham game, and West Ham have scored from a corner. It's an overhead kick screamer from Kudus. Kudus has scored a bicey at the Etihad. Oh my God. Kudus with a bicey. What a strike. And remember... City, this game, A draw is enough for Arsenal. Remember that. A draw is enough for Arsenal if they can win. If they can beat Everton, a draw between City and West Ham is enough. Wait, was it not Kudus? It was a Bicey. It looked like Kudus. If you bear with me, who was the goal scorer then? Was it not Kudus? It was Kudus. Yeah, you prick. What do you mean, wrong player? I was going to say, like, there's no way I've got that wrong. As things... Wow, what a way to end the first half, man. What a way. West Ham have been absolutely battered. They have been absolutely battered in this game. But it's Man City 2, West Ham United 1. I'm never flicking over screens again for a goal. I can't believe I miss a West Ham goal when I'm trying to hover between games. I literally miss a West Ham goal. Stupid, man. They literally showed the goal anyway. But it is West Ham 1 goal down now to Man City. City always make it difficult in these type. I don't get it. They always make it difficult. And now it's a terrible pass. City could look a little bit rattled there. How on earth Kudus has been allowed the time and space to bicycle kick that in the back of the net is crazy. I think that's going to count as a Souček assist as well, which is really funny. Because it's just hit Souček in the thigh. Rocket of a finish. What a way, man. What a way to make this entertaining. Luton goal. So Fulham scored at Kenilworth Road. If you bear with me. If you do bear with me. Yeah, so Fulham went a goal down. It's a penalty to Luton, and I'm guessing it was converted. Still 1-0 Chelsea. All the games are about to be half-time, and I'll do a classified little check for you guys as well. Blookie says, I haven't even been watching the Villa game. I've not watched the Villa game. The fact that Villa fielded like a second-string team today meant I didn't really care about the Villa game. It's like a friendly almost. Like, I don't think many Villa fans cared about losing, in my opinion. Because like, we've already got top 4. Doesn't matter. Olsen's in goal. We've got Emery on the bench. You know, Emery's son on the bench, so it doesn't matter today. It's that simple. Why are the starters in? Says Cookie. I don't know what you mean by that, mate. Arsenal massive bottle job, says Kamara. I mean, they were until the equaliser. That's extraordinary, man. Oh, Haaland's just missed a sitter. Every time I look away from this game, something happens. Haaland's missed another sitter. Haaland, I tell you now, right? Because this isn't going to happen because football isn't this amazing, right? The script is never amazing. Haaland should have had a hat-trick in this game. An open goal from a yard out, a one-on-one with Areola, and now a tap-in the middle of the goal. Haaland, his XG must be 2 point something. Minimum. He should have wrapped this game up. Someone who gets clowned for only scoring tap-ins has missed tap-ins today. If somehow City don't win today, there is going to be a lot of hate on his head. I'm telling you now. There is going to be a lot of hate towards Haaland. He has missed easy chances. Easy chances in this game. This game shouldn't even be close. It should be like 4-5-0. City have literally allowed... Like, Pep's going to be fuming at half-time. They have allowed West Ham back into this game where they shouldn't even be anywhere near it. Shouldn't be anywhere near it. Unbelievable. I'm going to see what the Man City fans are saying. It is 2-1 to Fulham as well. Raul Jimenez has scored on the brink of half-time at Kenilworth Road. I'm just going to see the Man City fans and see what they think. City, I'm telling you now, they've been rattled since the goal as well. The passing has gone a little bit wayward. They do seem slightly rattled by the goal. Slightly rattled. Well, well, well. Crazy. We'll get, like I said, we'll go through, we'll do a classified check at half time. There are several games that have gone half time, and I'll read them in a row. Sheffield United 0, Spurs 1, Kulusevski goal. In that game is the difference. A 14th minute goal with a Son assist is the difference between those two. Luton 1, Fulham 2. Fulham took the lead through Adama Traore before a Carlton Morris penalty in the second minute of injury time. And there was still enough time for a second Fulham goal just a minute later with Raul Jimenez. He's not had the best of records since signing for Fulham for 5 million, but he's done well today. Unfortunately for Villa, we are 2-0 down to Crystal Palace. I mean, it is a much changed Villa team. We've somehow managed to get more XG than Palace, which is ridiculous, as Villa have failed to score from 1.2 XG to Palace's 1.1. 2 goals for Palace. This is outrageous. Villa have had more shots, more possession, and more XG than Palace, and we're 2-0 down. Unbelievable. But I'm guessing it's another game of missed chances for Villa. Apparently, John Duran went down in the box and the referee ignored it. That's what I'm seeing here. Duran would have wanted a penalty, but it is half-time, 2-0 Crystal Palace. Chelsea 1, Bournemouth 0 at half-time. Caicedo's halfway line screamer is enough. Guys, you will get timed out for spamming. Like I said, feel free to say all this stuff. I'm going to cover Olympiacos against Fiorentina. I'm going to be live for that, so make sure you come on this channel for that. But until then, it's just pointless saying things like Olympiacos. I will be live for the game, don't you worry. And I hope you guys win, because I will clown each and every single one of you if you don't. Burnley 0, Forest 2. Brighton 0, Man United 0, Brentford 0, Newcastle 3, which is outrageous. An early goal for Brentford was disallowed as Ivan Toney put the ball in the back of the net. And since then, it's just been a Newcastle onslaught. Harvey Barnes with the first goal. Jacob Murphy, who never seems to score for Newcastle these days, put them 2-0 up. And Alexander Isak on the score sheet to make it 3. That's 3 goals in 17 minutes for Newcastle. And they have well and truly won the game. Arsenal 1, Everton 1. Idrissa Gana gave one of the best free kick goals that you will see. Put Everton 1-0 up before Tomiyasu, very unlikely goal scorer for Arsenal, got them level just before half time. And the game that I've been watching, the game I've been caring about the most, Manchester City 2, West Ham United 1. City were cruising, fully cruising this game. It was piss. I can't even lie. I'm not gonna sit and say, something else. It was absolute cruise control for Manchester City for such a long time in this game. In fact, it's not even just a long time. For most of the game, should have been 4-5-0 up. Haaland genuinely has to hang his head in shame. He will celebrate a title today, most likely, but he is a disgrace. He is an absolute disgrace. He has missed, in the biggest game of the season, he has missed 3 sitters. An open goal from a yard out, a tap-in the middle of the goal, and a one-on-one with Areola. He's missed them all. If City drop points today, he needs to hang his head in shame. He has been absolutely shit. And he will be all dancing and celebrating and all that at the end of the game, but he doesn't deserve to be, because he's been utter shit. He's the only reason why West Ham haven't lost this already. The only reason. He's genuinely playing for West Ham. He might as well be a West Ham defender. Abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. 320k a week and has a huge ego. He's been... you're on about Sterling. Sterling turns up for like 1 game every 3 months. He's already had that with Forest, so he's not going to turn up like today. That's the thing with Sterling. He has 1 great game, does a little bit for England, and then that's it. Villa fan reaction at half-time on Twitter. Watkins goal, please. Watkins 20th, all we want. Terrible performance. Longley, luckily, it's Longley's final Villa game. Bring the youth on for the second half. Just get Ollie's 20th goal. Thank fuck this game means nothing. Referee's been dreadful. Lander on Ollie 20th. Don't care about result. Get all the kids on. Get the kids on. Thankfully, this is Clement Longlay's final ever Villa game. I'm happy with that. His final ever Villa game. Don't care if we lose 5-1 as long as Ollie gets our goal. Yeah. How's this ref allowed to ref? Yeah, apparently we should have had a penalty. Apparently Villa have been robbed in this game. From what a lot of people are saying, and even what Flashscore said as well, that John Duran went down and the referee ignored it. So, yeah. Haaland will score 2 in this. I don't think Mark, I really don't. Haaland's been shit. He has been abysmal. He might even be taken off half time. Like, genuinely, I think it's one of the worst performances I've ever seen from an individual in a big game. He's genuinely been terrible. We should have had a pen, and Bournemouth should have had a red, says Harrison. And bring the Unai father and son duo on, says Bo. You make me laugh, Harry. You make me laugh. Guys, give me some full-time score predictions at half-time. Not at half-time. Half-time is now. At the start of the game, I asked for all your predictions. I'm going to ask for some brief ones. Man City, West Ham, it's currently 2-1. What do you guys think will happen at the end of today? What will that score be? Because genuinely, there's 2 ways this goes. Only 2 ways. I'm telling you now. Only 2 ways. It's either going to be 5-1 City or 2-2. There is no in between. There is 0 in between. City, the first option is amazing, right? It's where City get loads of chances, miss them all. Haaland continues his horrible run. West Ham get an equaliser late in the game and hang on, and Arsenal get a winner and win the Premier League. I want Arsenal to win the Premier League because the Premier League is boring. If City win it every year, I just want entertainment. I want excitement. And I don't want this league to become the Bundesliga. It's that simple. Ironically, though, the Bundesliga have a different winner this year. So we're not even that. That league's better than ours now. I don't want this league to become the French league. There you go. We are very slowly becoming a disgrace. So I want Arsenal to win the Premier League. The other outcome is if City start the second half the way they started the first half and just cruise and win this 4 or 5-1 and it's piss. Because especially with Pep's halftime team talk now, I think that could very easily happen. Genuinely easily can happen. AJ, I'm being honest. I couldn't care if he was 4 tons and 3'6". You're better than Erling Haaland. I'm probably 4 tons, but I'm 5'11". So I could get a couple headers in here and there, maybe. But you're not wrong about the tons. Arsenal to win 3-1, says George. And just watch the championship. I've just seen this Kudus goal back. It has come off his shin. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. It's a shinner. It's a bit like the Rooney goal against City as well. It come off his shin, but no one cares. No one cares. He will not care. To me, it's a great goal. Mark says, yeah, but he'll do it just to make you look like a mug. Well, probably. He's been shit. I hope people call him out. He's been shit. I'm the only person I've seen who's criticised Haaland today. He's been absolutely shit. Genuinely has let that club down multiple times. It's not even just today. He's done it multiple times this season. But because they create so many chances, like no one cares. And he scores goals and he's going to be top scorer. But he misses sitter after sitter, man. He's the best at getting into space, right? There's no doubt in that. He's the best at it. He gets the most chances. He has the best team around him. He's very good at getting into the right positions. A little bit like Nicholas Jackson, right? Jackson gets criticised for his finishing, but he's constantly in the right place at the right time. But his finishing... Jackson's finishing is worse than Haaland somehow. Haaland's finishing is usually terrible. So I'm going to have a look what people are saying. Because surely I'm not wrong with this. Haaland misses another big one, says Sam Lee. Haaland misses a huge chance, says European lad. As the comments are, the way he gets covered by the super team. Yeah. Neil, this again, I said this. This has 700 likes and I'm going to add to it. If City somehow don't win this, Haaland's cost them big time. Should have an easy brace. Should be a hat-trick. I think brace is lenient. Bro should have hat-trick. Haaland can't win the Ballon d'Or because he's all numbers, no substance. Foden can't win Player of the Year because he's all substance, not enough numbers. Someone said, I'm very close to joining the Haaland isn't good trend. He's still a good player. It's just he misses sitters. The fact he could have won the Ballon d'Or is crazy, man. The fact that, like, what, didn't he get second in the Ballon d'Or vote? Genuinely could have been one of the worst ever winners of the Ballon d'Or. He does one thing really, really well, which is just getting into the right positions, and he's strong. But his strength doesn't. His strength is an attribute to his football, but it's not the cause of him doing well. It's just he's a tall man who's strong, and it benefits him. His best attribute is just being in the right place at the right time, which is a difficult skill to have. Some strikers are brilliant, but they never get in the right space. Ollie Watkins for a very long time was very, struggled with that. Under Gerrard and Dean Smith, he would very often not be in the right place. He's getting better now with Unai, but that was one of his main problems at Villa. Yeah, all these Olympiacos fans are obsessed with me, man. They're obsessed not just with the club, but with me in general. This is why I said I'm covering Olympiacos against Fiorentina, right? And not only I want Fiorentina to win, I think they will win. So I'm going to be live for that game on TikTok and YouTube. Because I know all the Olympiacos... See, there you go, another one. I know the Olympiacos fans are going to be here. I'm going to laugh at every single one of them when Fiorentina beat them. I'm telling you now, I'm shameless. I don't care. I have been harassed daily by Olympiacos supporters on my social medias. I haven't made a video about Olympiacos in weeks, right? And they harass every video I make, every live stream I do. They're obsessed with it. It's like they're genuinely like attracted to me. It's really weird. It's genuinely bizarre. So on that basis, I want Belotti to roll them away. I want. I'm trying to think of Fiorentina players, to be honest. Ikone plays for them, I think. Who else plays for Fiorentina? I could look it up. I know Belotti because of the Euros final. I remember he missed a penalty against England. I know Belotti plays for him. Ikone will do the business. Ikone will do the business, my friend. Podence hat-trick at the final. He's not even good enough to play for Wolves, so I don't think that's going to happen. Gonna stand up and blow up a balloon when Sterling gets subbed off from Kiki. That, I'm telling you, that celebration is going to be banned. I got a feeling, I got a feeling. Oh, man. I'm just reading some of the comments. Up the Fiorentina. Up the Fiorentina. Ikone. You'll be remembering the name Ikone for a very long time. You'll be remembering the name of Belotti for a very long time. I will be there. You're going to wake up in nightmare and sweats thinking about Andrea Belotti. I'm telling you now. You're going to wake up and be like, oh my God. Oh, it's only a dream. They're gonna envision Belotti in their bedroom. He's gonna haunt every Olympiacos fan. He will. Belotti will be there. Oh man. And to be fair, I'm taking the piss a little bit. I hope I'm actually right. I'm gonna look at the squad. I'll look at the squad. He does, yeah. So Ikone and Belotti both, yeah. So I am right. Jonathan Ikone, I'm telling you, man, he's got something for me. He's gonna cook. Ikone's gonna. Who else? Let's have a look at their leading goal scorers. Bonaventura, of course. Bonaventura. I should have remembered that. Bonaventura if you think of someone who's like an iconic Serie A player, Bonaventura, he's gonna cause the problems, my friend. Who else have they got? Dodo. I mean, I've had him on FIFA a million times. He's got some goals. Obviously, Kone, like I said earlier. Alfred Duncan. There's Bellotti, my man. Lucas Beltran. Nicolas Gonzalez. The Argentines are coming. Beltran and Gonzalez. The Argentines are gonna cook. Gino Infantino. You're gonna have... Oh, they've got so many actually as well. Lucas Cuarta Martinez. They've got so many Argentines. They're going to cook. Fiorentina are going to cook. All right, enough about Olympiacos. That is just for the... apologies for the chance. That is just for the absolute insane amount of Olympiacos fans I have got currently on my TikTok account. But yeah, I will enjoy. And for any Olympiacos fan who's actually nice to me, I do apologise. I just want you to know I have been getting harassed constantly for weeks now. Every day, I'm getting DMs sent. I'm getting like comments on every post I make. I'm getting harassed. So this is a little bit of my fun back. Yeah, there you go. Moving on. We're about to be underway for the second half of both... not both games. Well, technically both games. Chelsea, Bournemouth have already kicked off for the second half. For some reason. They do lead off a Caicedo. It was Moses Caicedo, wasn't it? A halfway line screamer. Come on, you West Ham boys. Let's make this an entertaining final game of the season. It is Manchester City 2. West Ham United 1. All we need, a West Ham goal, an equaliser for West Ham would mean Arsenal only have to win. They've got to win anyway. They have to, literally, they have to win anyway. A West Ham United goal would put it on a plate almost for Arsenal. Raheem Sterling has scored for Chelsea. No way. Sterling has turned... I'm a curse. There's zero way. There is no way. I literally said Sterling's already had his... he's had his one good game in 2 years or whatever. He's actually scored. That's crazy. Raheem Sterling has apparently made it 2-0. Wait, am I getting trolled? It's not come up. I'm going to hover the flash score. Let's have a look. No, he hasn't scored. Now he has. What? Okay, now it's come on. It is 2-0 to the Chelsea. There also might be a Brentford goal. I've just seen a big chance on Brentford as I was looking, yeah. And Fulham. What is going on? Brentford goal, Fulham goal, all the goals. We've already had a Chelsea goal second half. We've already potentially had a Fulham goal. Are we going to have a Brentford goal? What is going on? We are back underway for the second half between Manchester City and West Ham United. Come on, West Ham. The corners are where they're going to cause problems. They've got tall players. They've got Suchet. They've got Kufal. Ward-Prowse, one of the best set-piece takers in the Premier League. They've already scored from one today. It's the only way I see them doing something today. I'm going to check the stats as well. I think that was their only shot on target. They've had 2 shots and 1 goal. Come on, the Hammers. Up the Hammers. Wait, has there been a Bournemouth goal? What's going on today? Goals galore everywhere. Has there already been 2 goals at Stamford Bridge? In just a second. There's no way. There is no way. Oh my God, it is officially 3-1 to Fulham. And there is a big chance highlight for Chelsea-Bournemouth. We're going to wait to see if a goal is given in that game. It would make it 2-1. It is a goal for Bournemouth. It is Luton 1, Fulham 3. The goal for Fulham is Raul Jimenez. That's unbelievable. That means Fulham have actually scored, what, how many goals? 3 goals in 7 minutes? against Luton. Well, technically 3-10. But that's still an incredible output. But the goal for Bournemouth, is it Dom Solanke? No, it's Unal. Inez Unal has scored. So that game, it looked like it was going to be wrapped up, but it's not. Bournemouth are back in it. Chelsea's fight for Europe could potentially slip away if they... I mean, it's already not a great start. It could very easily slip away. 17 goals today is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Wow. The only game that has had no goals in it. So this is crazy, right? Every game has had 2 goals minimum, apart from Sheffield United Tottenham, which is 1-0 Spurs. And the only game that has had no goals is Brighton United, which is goalless. Every other game has had 2 goals. AJ, rhythm is a dancer, Haaland is a wanker. City have started this game with just complete ball possession domination. Complete and utter. And here's Kevin De Bruyne, edge of the box. West Ham have every single player, 30 yards from their goal here. Rodri towards the right-hand side. Akanji. De Bruyne could get into a crossing position. Squares the ball, edge of the penalty area to Gvardiol. It's just a bit of shifting the ball sideways here for Man City. Rodri clips it to the far side to Doku. Doku could take on 2 men here. He rolls it back to Gvardiol. I will say, Pep Guardiola makes wingers do the most boring shit. Pep has ruined the winger role. He's absolutely killed it. He would want to be a winger these days. Genuinely, in Pep's system, being a fullback's more exciting. You just keep it... All you do on the ball as a winger, you either keep it close to you and roll it back, or you get to the byline quickly and drill a crossing. Those are the only 2 things you're allowed to do in Pep's system as a winger. He's completely killed the position. And a shot from De Bruyne has gone wide of the post from the edge of the box. He has genuinely killed that position. Who would want to be... Genuinely, who would want to grow up being a winger? If you just watch City football... Who would want to grow up to be a winger? Boring. You wait until the 2 players are drawn out to you, right? And then you pass. Wow. If you're quick enough, you're allowed to put a cross in at the byline. Wow. Exciting stuff. Crazy. So we've just seen the Bournemouth goals. Just seen the Chelsea second goal. I'm watching the Bournemouth goal now. It's a cross towards the back post. Cucurella, terrible defending. Cucurella's had a fucking nightmare there. Cucurella got sent one way, then the other, and then Unal smashed the ball in the middle of the box. He got sent to Sainsbury's in one frame, and then sent to Tesco in the other. Like, there's no way Cucurella got rolled twice in the space of a couple seconds. People have been telling me, look, he has improved, yeah. But people have been telling me that, you know, he's a Marcelo regen or whatever. Genuinely got sent twice. Foden, it's not far away, Foden, really. It has put it wide, though. Left-footed, cuts across the ball. Not far past the post. Come on, you hammer, says Blucky. Where does Taylor live? I've seen him. Lots of goals today, but not many position changes. We all know that Arsenal need to win today. No matter what happens at the Etihad, Arsenal need to beat Everton. It's that simple. It is that simple. Ball through towards Foden, but it's shit really from De Bruyne. Considering like De Bruyne's levels are quite high, this is a really mid performance from Kevin De Bruyne so far. We know what... He sets his expectations so high, so like anything that's not his best, you know, he gets criticism for. Like, and a KDB would get criticism for like a 7.5 out of 10. Oh, it's actually 3-0 Palace. Oh, is it 3-0 Palace? Oh my god. Yeah, it's looking like Palace are going to be 3-0 up against Aston Villa. I mean, I did predict this at the very start of today. I knew Villa with a much changed team were not going to do anything crazy. Yeah, Eze makes it 3. And I I don't think a single Villa fan cares, to be honest. Yeah, just bring the youth on. Get the youth on. Funny guy. Funny guy. No, you need to make sure you beat Bournemouth, my friend. You can't be having Europe slip away with £1 billion spent, surely. You can't be slipping away. Rodri switches the ball to Doku. £1 billion spent for 6th place. It's crazy. Doku takes on Kufel. The tackle is there and it's a corner. There is a world where West Ham get an equaliser, Arsenal win the league and Chelsea drop to 7th. I don't care. You spent £1 billion. I don't care. Do not care. You should not care about injuries when you spend that money. There is no... Genuinely, the only injury you should ever care about is to Todd Bowley's wallet. If Todd Bowley loses his money, or if Todd Bowley himself dies, that's the those are the only injuries you care about. His wallet or his health. Corner comes in for City, headed away. Only as far as Kudus, volleyed clear from him. To the halfway line, Mikel Antonio chasing the ball, headed forward by Gvardiol. Is Haaland. Haaland is fouled. Referee tried to play advantage, but then pulls it back. Free kick to Man City. I keep saying it. Haaland has been absolutely shit, and I'll keep saying it until he does something of any note, to be honest. Yeah, it is 3-0 to Palace. Just to briefly go over all the scores today, because we've had a lot of goals. This afternoon. So to keep you guys all updated, if you just bear with me. It is Arsenal 1, Everton 1. Arsenal need to win, remember, to have any hopes of winning the Premier League today. Brentford 1, Newcastle 3, Brighton 0, Man United 0, Burnley 0, Forest 2, Chelsea 2, Bournemouth 1, Palace 3, Aston Villa 0, Liverpool 2, 10-man Wolves 0, Luton 2, Fulham 3. Wait, a Luton goal? When did Luton score? I completely blanked that out. A Luton got a goal back with Doughty recently. City 2, West Ham 1, and Sheffield United 0, Spurs 1. Earlier today, Crawley beat Crewe 2-0 to get promoted back to League 1. Solanke anime edit. You never know. He's going to get another mask. How are we losing, Jaden? We've got the complete bench team out. Olsen starting, Callum Chambers starting, Longley starting. Unai Emery's son is on the bench. Like, it's a completely changed Villa team. I knew we'd lose. I predicted we'd lose 3-0 today. Because it's a completely changed Villa team. We have no intent to win today, I don't think. It's all about, getting some of the squad depth out. And Villa, I mean, we have been shit, seemingly, today. Although, I will say, the referee apparently should have given Villa a penalty. At half-time, we had more XG than Palace. Had more shots than Palace and more possession than Palace. And the referee denied Villa a penalty at 1-0, which could have meant the game was different. But, yeah, 3-0 is obviously nowhere near good enough. But it doesn't matter because we got top 4, so who cares? Top 4 is secure. I'm sure not a single Villa fan in that away end gives an absolute toss right now what that scoreline is. Lucas Paquetá has gone down holding his face. Would you take Watkins or Tony at the Euros? I mean, I don't even think Tony's in the conversation. Tony's been absolutely shit now for months for Newcastle. So I don't even think he's in the conversation. I think there's genuinely more of a shout to take Mikel Antonio over Tony right now. Tony's been I don't think people realise how bad Tony has actually been since he's come back. There's more of a shout to take Eddie Nketiah over Tony right now, which is insane to say, but it's true. I don't even like Chris Wood. I think there's more reason to take Chris Wood over Tony. Right? Tony has had an abysmal return to football. Hasn't scored a goal in how long? Tony has scored 4 goals this season in 16 games. Bear in mind, he's a penalty taker at Brentford. Literally takes the penalties and has only scored 4 goals. Not enough. Not enough. 2-0 Spurs. That is the top 5 secured for Tottenham. That is Europa League secured for Tottenham. So Chelsea now have to wait and rely on Man City to beat United so the Europa League isn't stolen away. Pedro Porro makes it to Sheffield United are going down with a whimper. Chelsea have to pray that United lose to City or United steal the final Europa League. They do steal it, right? It doesn't mean that we get an extra slot. It means it's stolen, right? That's how it works. Or am I wrong on that? I've never really cared because Villa don't often... I mean, only the last 2 years Villa have finished in a European spot. And I think last year the cup winners were, what, City? They won the treble. So I've never really had to care. Another trophy for Spurs to bottle. Spurs couldn't even make it out of the Conference League group. I think that is the most insane thing to happen. Spurs couldn't make a group that had Vitesse in it. Literally enough said. They don't even... the club just they've had to force relegation upon themselves. They had incredible point deduction because of like financial issues. And Spurs couldn't make a group with a team like that. That's all you need to say. I'll take Unai's son over Tony. He's not even English. Change his passport. It's all City since half time, unfortunately. As much as I want to paint the picture of West Ham actually getting into this game, it has just been all City. Rodri, 3-1. Game over. Game over. Game over. Rodri, who scored the Champions League final goal, probably secures the Premier League title for Manchester City. Rodri rolls the ball into the far corner and celebrates with the bench fodder at City. The player, in my opinion, who should have won Premier League Player of the Season is Rodri. Rodri wasn't even nominated. I think Rodri should have won, in my opinion. Rodri's unbeaten record is ridiculous. The last time City lost was to Villa and Rodri couldn't even play. Lovely goal. Oh, Areola, really, though. He got a fist to it. I think he should do more of that. He gets a hand, but he's got to do more. But that is probably the Premier League title secure for Manchester City. No way. This last time, yeah, it was the last time City lost a Premier League game was Aston Villa. You can look that up. The last time City lost was to Villa. The last time Arsenal lost was to Villa. We've had a big say in the Premier League title race. Akanji heads forward. And to be fair, Arsenal are not even winning their game. So, I mean, City can keep scoring goals, and I think the title is well and truly done now. Ball back towards Areola. I am live on both YouTube and TikTok, guys. Feel free to follow on both. The final day of the Premier League. And it's going to end in... Well, if you're an Arsenal fan, it's going to end in sadness. I did not want the 4P. I think this Premier League is becoming a little bit of a joke, to be honest. Is it 4-0 to Palace? I'm guessing it's... I guess it is. It is Palace 4, Villa 0. Okay, so you know what else is for? Villa in the top 4, so you can hold. We did hold 4. We held 4th place, so you can hold that. There you go. We did hold 4th place. Is it a Mateta hat trick? I reckon it's a Mateta hat trick. Again, it means nothing, but it is 4-0 to Crystal Palace. A game that means nothing because Villa have already achieved top 4, so it is just basically a glorified friendly this afternoon. So I couldn't give a toss. to be honest. I'm genuinely more annoyed in the fact that West Ham have caved because I wanted Arsenal to win the Premier League today. It is boom, boom, boom. Mateta in my room. Let's spend the night together. 3-0 Spurs. Oh dear. 3-0 Spurs. Mateta got 3. It was Eze got the other one, Harry. So, I mean, unless a 5th goal somehow happened. Yeah, it was Eze got the 3rd. Mateta hat-trick. Fair play. He's a good player. I'll give him that. He's a great player. Completely revolutionary. A bit like when Unai came over at Villa. It took Villa over. You know, he revolutionised the way Ollie Watkins played, and I feel like the new manager at Palace has kind of changed how Mateta plays. UCL with Villa, World Cup of England. Oh, UCL with Villa, 100%. I want a trophy. I would like a trophy. I think England will win something anyway at some point. We just need to get that clown out of the dugout. I think England have the best. I genuinely believe this. Maybe it's copium or whatever. England have the best team in the world. The best players in the world are English. Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, as much as I hate to say it, Bukayo Saka. Who else do you want to put in that? John Stones, Kyle Walker, Jordan Pickford, arguably one of the best. Is it 5-0 Palace? Is it 5-0 Palace? There's no way it's 5-0 Palace. Goodness me, Villa. It's 5-0 to Palace. I know it's Villa's second team, but it gets to a point where it's a bit of a joke now, Villa. Okay. Well, on the piss, my lord, on the piss. The Villa squad is on the piss. On the piss, my lord, on the piss. On the piss, my lord, on the piss. Yeah. Do we have shame? I don't think it is. No way it's Mateta again. There is no way Mateta scored 4 goals. Oh my god, Mateta scored 4 goals. Palace 5, Villa 0. That's actually outrageous. There's no excuse for that. That's terrible. Well, aren't I glad that I didn't cover the Villa game today? Because I'm very much glad I did not cover the Villa game today. Fucking hell, Villa. 5-0. Christ. I will shamelessly celebrate if say Villa got a goal now with Watkins. I will shamelessly celebrate. Yeah, Olsen, Cash, Carlos, Longley, Digne. I don't care if anyone goes. They can all go for all I care. Cross, Haaland's missed another big chance for Man City. This one was I will give this one. It is a block. I'll give him that. It is 4-2 to Fulham on the final day of the season. I really thought Luton would end the season with a good result. The fact that they're 4-2 down is fascinating. Another thing as well, I need to get this straight. Why are people saying Barkley should be... Oh, it's not 5-0. The 5th goal's been disallowed. Hey, there will not be a 5th goal for Palace. VAR has ruled out the Villa goal. Hey. Up the VAR. Up the VAR. Up the VAR. Oh man. Way. VAR saves us. We move. Chambers and no Watkins 20th goal. Erogue Bunham and Kellyman have come on. Why has Watkins gone off? That's crazy. I would not have took off Watkins. I just want him to get 20 goals, man. Corner comes in. It's punched away by Areola. Yeah, Harry, we were robbed of a penalty apparently at 1-0, so I'm not gonna read what your comment is. Apparently, according to Twitter, John Duran had a Stonewall penalty shout that was denied. And at 1-0, game could change. Goals change games. Momentum is like the biggest factor in football. Oh, it is 5. God's sake. It's actually 5 this time. Lads, oh my God, there's 4 games with 4 different goals. So I'm going to have to very quickly cover all these. It is Brentford 2, Newcastle 3. I can't believe I'm seeing this. 4 games have all had goals at the same time. Yeah, Brentford 2, Newcastle 3. It was 3-0 Newcastle. That has now been reduced. It is Burnley 1, Forest 2. Burnley are back in the game. It is Palace 5, Aston Villa 0. Jesus Christ, man. This is shocking from Villa. I'm genuinely, if you don't laugh, you cry. That is abysmal from Villa. And it is Brighton 0, Man United 1. Dallo scored. Did not expect that. Haaland with another chance deflected. I'm just going to have a look at the Premier League table, see what this does. Lots of goals today. Lots of goals. Villa are getting absolutely stuffed, to be honest. I expected a 3-0 today. I did not expect a 5-0 today. Moving on. Moving on. Eze at the double. AJ enjoying it. Oh, yes. I mean, I thought we'd lose. To be fair, everything that's other than Arsenal not winning, I kind of predicted everything today. I thought we'd get battered, which we have. I thought City would win comfortably. I think I said 2-1. City is 3-1. I thought Arsenal would win. It's looking like they're not gonna. Villa getting absolutely hammered away at Palace. It will be our 10th defeat of the season. But top 4 is secured, so who cares? Spurs 3-0 up away at Sheffield United. Already relegated Sheffield United. United are winning and they're going to stay 8th place, which is so funny. United are actually doing everything possible. The entire top 8 is winning bar Arsenal and Villa. Which is quite funny because the 2 teams I wanted to win today were probably Arsenal and Villa. Newcastle 3-0 up. I've now made... I mean, that game is very interesting now. It will be Emery's biggest defeat at Villa. Yeah, people do not understand sport. If anyone is genuinely saying Emery out, we've got top 4 for the first time in 40 years. Genuinely, the entire Premier League would gag for Emi Martinez. I mean, that is true, but the entire Premier League would gag for Emery, bar Man City. That's it. Arsenal would say Arteta, right? But all other 18 Premier League clubs would take Emery, I think, over their manager. Spurs don't really like Ange right now. Pochettino, I've seen Chelsea fans call for Pochettino's head for the last 6 months plus. Brighton are getting rid of their manager. West Ham are getting rid of theirs. Brentford have been shocking. The bottom 3 would all replace theirs. You'd say Palace, maybe not, because Palace have been brilliant since they had their manager come in, who I can't remember his name. So I'd say 17 out of the 20 teams would replace their manager. Obviously, Klopp is going, so that doesn't really count. But they would take him over. But yeah, this Palace boss has done a great job. I'll give him that. I will give him that. Oliver Glasner, that's it. Glasner took him over. Hasn't even got an incredible CV or anything. He's just a very good manager. Fair play. Could be one season wonder. You never know. Could be one season wonder. Here's Haaland for City. 20 minutes to go. It is still 3-1 to Man City. Yeah, it is. It's such a Villa way to end the season, isn't it? It's a Villa way to end the season. I don't even care. I genuinely will not care. I'm not even going to watch the highlights of the game. I don't care enough. We've already got top 4. The season ended for me last week. The season ended when Duran rolled over Liverpool from 3-1 down. That was the end of the Premier League season. You know, to me, the Premier League only had 37 games. We moved swiftly on. AJ, first and last game ended with the other team scoring 5. Says Bo. Free kick to City. 20 minutes to go. How shit must you be? It's only 5-0. It's only 5-0. It's only 5-0. How shit must you be? It's only 5. Oh, man. Yeah, 5-1 at Newcastle, 5-0 at Palace. Yeah, it's just poetic way to end the season, isn't it? Well, I hope we get a goal at the end. So we start with 5-1, end with 5-1. Foden free kick goes wide. If Palace gets their 6th goal, I'm gonna be sad. I will literally sing it's only 6-0. I don't care. How shit must you be? It's only 5-0. Yeah, Ollie Watkins is unfortunately off. Hopefully Kellyman gets a goal. How about that? Yeah, we got Champions League, we lose 5. Exactly, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Party atmosphere. One thing that does show today, which I'm glad in a way. Let's go. I'm going to do a video, right? I'm going to do probably a live stream at some point this week, basically talking about Villa's squad and what we should do. I'm going to preface that with what I'm going to say in the next few minutes. I'm going to tell you who's not good enough for Villa. Olsen is not good enough. Get him gone. Konza should be a bench player next season. In my opinion. Carlos. Teetering on either first team or bench, but I think we probably could improve on Carlos as well. Longley, he's on loan. Fuck him off. Longley's terrible. Digne, I think we need to improve on Digne. I don't think Digne is good enough. Digne's had an okay season at Villa, but I think the fullbacks are a big issue. So him and Cash, I would let go. Chambers should be nowhere near Villa. Douglas Luiz I'd have at Villa, obviously. Diaby I'd have at Villa. Duran is good backup for Watkins. McGinn is good. Obviously, Watkins is brilliant. We need to see more of Gauchi. Pau Torres, our best defender. I would sell Tyrone Mings. I would sell Carlos. I'd have Konza for backup. Or if you want to keep them for like Europa League games, you can do that. But that's just what I would do. And I would get a new centre back with Pau Torres. I think Pau Torres is the only defender, the only centre back anyway, that can, be really proud with themselves this season. We have conceded a lot of goals. We've got top 4 because of how well and how good we are on the ball and the goals that we've scored. But the goals conceded is an issue. I'm still on the fence about Alex Moreno. I think he's okay going forward. Our injury list is horrible, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Villa currently have 9 players out injured. Buendia, he's had a whole season out. I'd still keep him in the squad. Matty Cash isn't good enough. Kamara's brilliant, but we need backup for Kamara. That's the issue we've had this season. Moreno is good enough to be... I think he's a squad player. I just don't think he's strong enough defensively. Jacob Ramsey, at the very least, should be involved in the squad in some form. Same with Rodgers. Tielemans, our best midfielder. And Zaniolo, I'd just let go back to Fenerbahce. Not Fenerbahce. I'd let him go back to Galatasaray. I wouldn't sign him. I don't think Zaniolo's done enough this season. Bits and pieces of magic, that's it. And yeah, I think defensively is our issue because we concede lots of goals. It's not only from today. Oh no, my TikTok's being weird. Sorry, my microphone cut off for some reason. Bear with me. I need to increase my sound as well on the YouTube. But yeah, defensively, it's not been great at Villa. I'm not going to sit here and tell you otherwise. You know, the goals we conceded. We've conceded 61 goals. That's 20 more than Liverpool. Arsenal have only conceded 29. The goals conceded is an issue. We've scored a lot. We've scored 76. That is a lot of goals, but the conceding goals is horrible. We've held 5 today. But those are improvements I would make next season. Backup keeper has to be a big one. I think this is finally put to bed that we need an improvement on Olsen. Olsen is just terrible. Has the one-off good game, like the Brighton game, but we need consistency. He's not consistent, so get rid. Maybe Gauchi could be that man, but we've not seen him. I really wish he started today. So we had maybe a glimpse to see what he's like. I hope he plays in friendlies in next season. But yeah, the bottom line is Cash is nowhere near good enough. Chambers nowhere near good enough. Longley nowhere near good enough. Those are the big ones for me. And Zaniolo probably we shouldn't sign. I don't think we're going to sign anyway. We have to buy Archer back, so we're going to have 3 strikers next season with Watkins, Archer and Duran. I'm happy with that. Any injury, which means we'll have 2. I think Duran has shown he's got quality. I wouldn't want him always leading the line, but it shows he's got something there. Archer, I still think is a great player. You're always going to struggle when you're playing for a very shit Sheffield United team. The fact he has scored, I think 5 goals for them, it's something. I wouldn't send him back out on loan, or I wouldn't sell him. I genuinely would have him in the squad. 3 strikers, I think, is fine. Getting Grealish back is a big question. I would only get him back if we spent a fraction on him. So like we sold him for 100 million. I'd only buy him back for 40. I wouldn't spend more than that. What would be the point? Would I sell JJ? I'd be tempted. If a good price came in for Ramsey, I think if we got an offer of 50 million, I'd sell Ramsey. Yeah. But I don't think we'd get that. So, that's my answer to that. I think a genuine offer we might get is like 30 million. And I wouldn't sell him for that. But defensively, Villa have been terrible today. It is just a one-off day. But Olsen's goal conceding record is abysmal. Has to go. He's so bad. Genuinely so bad. I don't care. This is one, like I don't have many football agendas, right? My footballing agendas, at least people do agree with some of them, which is great. I don't think Mount is a great player. That's one agenda I have. I think Olsen's the worst keeper in the Premier League. That's another agenda I have. And I don't think Matty Cash is good enough. I think Matty Cash is a championship level defender. Those are 3 agendas I have. Another one is half agenda. I don't think De Zerbi is as good as what people say. You could say that's a 4th one. But those are the main 3. For 4 years I've not rated Mount. I think Mount is well overrated. I'm glad to finally see people agree with this. I've always said he's an average player, but people overhype Mount ridiculously. And considering he's supposed to be proper Chelsea and a Chelsea fan, he ran away when they had issues. When Chelsea was struggling, when they finished 12th last season, he ran away. He did not want to help them. He ran away from the problem. And I think that showed the type of person that he is. Cash has been... Cash always tries. And I'll always say he puts in 100%, but he's just shit. Look at the Olympiacos game, the second leg. He was basically a 12th player for them. He's absolutely awful. Genuinely abysmal player. Abysmal player. And, you can't have friends in football. You have to treat it like a business. And I know people will say, but our Cash has been at Villa for a few years now. Our Cash has been part of our progress, our product of European football. I don't care. You got to be ruthless. You've got to be... Look at City. Look how ruthless they were with Cancelo. This is the standard they've set. Cancelo was one of the best defenders in the league. Cancelo had a falling out with Pep. Gone. Like that. Gone. You can't have friends. You can't have friends in this sport. You've got to be ruthless. Got to be ruthless. We have to be with Cash. Cash ain't good enough. If Cash wants to play for like a team down the bottom of the Premier League, whatever. If Cash wants to play for like a Brentford, maybe. Fair enough. But yeah. Rasmus goal. I'm sure Mark Goldbridge having a wank singing his Rasmus song. But that's not going to get it's not going to get Europe for Man United. It's that simple. Although I do think a year out of Europe would be great. I think if they sack Ten Hag and have a year out of Europe, they actually might be able to fix some of the issues at that club. But they won't sack him because they're a weird ass club. If they had any brains, United would sack Ten Hag. I genuinely think that. Can we stop spamming the chat, please? I have asked all stream. I'm actually going to ban this guy because I've had to time him out 3 times today. There's just no need to be a prick. Well, it's that simple. Louis said 5-0. You do realise you have been relegated to League One. Yeah, Villa got beat today, and it's a poor defeat. It is Villa's second team to have any excuse, but I hope the Blues fans do realise you are playing Wrexham away. Wrexham were in the National League for 20 plus years, and you're gonna play Wrexham in a league game. You are, but this is what's really funny, right? They're allowed to joke, they're allowed to laugh, right? Because it's a rivalry. But Birmingham City will be playing Wrexham and Exeter in league games. They are below Oxford United. Now just think about it. Oxford United as a club are above Birmingham City in terms of leagues. That's how low you have sunk. Oxford don't even have 4 stands. Oxford have 3 stands in a car park. And they are above Birmingham City. They will be playing Championship football. Enough said. Enough said. I genuinely don't get people sometimes. Another boring title with City. Yeah, it is unfortunate. But I wanted something different today. I really wanted Arsenal to get a win. A City 4-peat is dull. We are becoming like other leagues. Like people criticise the Bundesliga for Bayern Munich's dominance, and now we've had an undefeated season for Bayer Leverkusen. So we're actually worse than the Bundesliga this time. And now with 5 minutes to play, City they've won the league now. Arsenal haven't even won. This is the sad part. City could crumble this game. Arsenal don't really, in my opinion, have enough time to even win. Everton have played so well. And just to top it all off, Villa's second team have absolutely been battered by Crystal Palace. 5-0. I mean, we've got top 4 secure, so it doesn't matter really. But it is a very bad way to end the season. No 20th Premier League goal for Ollie Watkins. He was taken off early. Yeah. Arsenal fans are unbearable. I will say that Arsenal fans on Twitter are just incredibly annoying. But I would take that over City another year of dominance. I don't even think City have played that well this season. Villa beat them. Villa beat them at home very comfortably. One of the easiest games we've had this season, where like they had 2 shots the whole game. It was the most dominant I've ever seen a team. The most dominant performance I've seen a team have over City probably in several years. They were terrible at Villa Park, and Unai did a job over him. And it's the last time they lost. That game was the last time City lost in the Premier League. Thanks to Don Carlo Ancelotti, they're out of the Champions League, so there's no worry of a treble, thankfully. Carlo completely masterclass Pep with an incredible defensive display. He went for penalties, won on penalties, deservedly so. And not often I say Pep Guardiola got masterclassed in terms of like tactically, but he was that day. Because Real Madrid didn't even play very well, but their structure was enough. And all that comes down to Don Carlo Ancelotti. Not often you can say that about Pep. But yeah, very boring end to the season. I think the only cool thing, genuinely, I'm not even saying this as a Villa fan, but the only cool thing this season was Villa to get top 4. That's the only interesting part of the Premier League this season. The only thing that will be remembered for the Premier League this season. West Ham have a goal. West Ham do have a goal back. It's Souček. Well, the final couple minutes of this game might be interesting. It's a deflected goal. West Ham have made this 3-2. Again, I think it's just too little too late. And the fact Arsenal haven't even scored and lead in their game. Oh, it hits his hand. This will be disallowed, I think. That's never going to stand. That looks like a handball from Souček. It's a hand of God moment here, really. He basically handballs into the back of the net. I'm telling you now, this will be chalked off 100%. Yeah, it's going to be disallowed. It is handball. It will be 3-1. Souček does handball. It will not count. It's unfortunate, really, but I mean, as soon as the camera showed that he handled the ball, I mean, it was quite obvious. The handball does guide the ball past Ortega. So, no, I do see why that was that decision. Fair enough. By the way, you know, it's really weird on TikTok, right? I've muted people, and they've waited like half an hour to an hour to comment again. So they've been here the entire time, just to say the words like Olympiacos and spam it. I've got haters. I've got Olympiacos fan haters in my TikTok chat that literally just wait and wait and wait until their mute timer goes just to spam again. Arsenal have a goal. Arsenal have a goal. Oh, that's so unfortunate that the West Ham goal didn't stand, because this could have meant such an exciting end to like the game. It is a second goal. Arsenal do lead on the final day of the season. Check out your message. What was on Discord? Was it my server or what? What did you say? I imagine if they both draw, and yeah, they've and Arsenal get a goal. It is 2-1 to the Arsenal, but we all knew it means nothing if City beat West Ham, and it is happening right now. A Kai Havertz goal. It's unfortunate for Arsenal, but it is what it is, isn't it? I'm just seeing the goal now. Yeah, it was a 3-on-1. Jesus into Odegaard. Odegaard actually mishits the ball, and it's a tap-in the end for Kai Havertz. No celebration though from him, and you can understand why. Wrong message, Piss J. What? Wait. He said Havertz scores Arsenal second. Oh yeah, and he did. That's quite funny. That is quite funny. 5 minutes valid time for Manchester City against West Ham United. But again, if that Souček goal stood, maybe there'd have been enough time. Jamie said, don't know if we keep Watkins long enough for that, then 3-4 seasons. I think Watkins will stay, especially with Champions League football. And if we stay at the top, I think he will be more inclined to stay at Villa. But we need to be consistent. And Leicester found it difficult to do that. So maybe we'll see. We need to be ambitious. I think the club is ambitious, but you get greedy situations where like they implement a buyout clause and whatever. I still think that City Grealish agreement has not benefited his career at all. He has got medals, but he's just completely unforgettable in those stories. In the final, even in the Champions League, you think of moments, right? It doesn't even show them. In the final, he was terrible. Like, there's nothing really, in my opinion. There's no substance to his performances. He's not. Grealish isn't the same player anymore. He's like a robot player now in City's attack. It's just another cog. He just gets the ball, keeps it tidy to his feet, and rolls it backwards. That's the same thing he does every time. He's completely killed But the good part about Grealish was, his freedom to do whatever he wanted on the pitch. But now he's told exactly what to do. He takes his creativity away, which you take the best part of Grealish away. That's why he struggled. It is full time at the Annex. It is Brighton 0, Man United 2. I think United's win still is just not enough. It will mean, if points are dropped by Newcastle somehow, they would go above them, but it's looking like a season without Europe unless they beat their deadly rivals in the final. It is a season without Europe next season for Ten Hag. Burnley 1, Forest 2 at Turf Moor as well. So Burnley, we already knew they're down. That result will relegate mathematically Luton Town. We already knew they were going to go down anyway, but that is mathematical now. City are 2 minutes away from a Premier League title. 4 in a row. Yeah, I hate United as well. It is enjoyment for me to see them struggle. Luton full time. Luton 2, Fulham 4. Luton go down with a little bit of a whimper, to be honest. I really thought they'd win their final game at Kenilworth Road, but they haven't. They have lost. Thankfully, Villa have not conceded more than 5. I got worried actually when Palace kept scoring, but we have limited them to 5 goals. So I saw someone say they have Barkley. He still plays for Luton, does he not, Barkley? People say things like, I want Barkley playing for England. I still don't think Barkley's been good enough. The fact he has gone down with Luton in that midfield, I wouldn't have him anywhere near England personally. I wouldn't. Any relegated player I would not want near England, in my opinion. Plus, he's very injury prone. I just don't think it's, the right decision to make personally. Full time 5-0 Palace. Villa secured top 4. So today meant nothing, but Villa have lost 5-0. I'm not bothered. It was Villa's second team. It does show, though, how bad our squad depth is, which is why we went out of the Conference League semi-final, because of how bad the squad depth is. We didn't have Tielemans play. We didn't have Martinez, but we still should beat the likes of Olympiacos when we've got, the size of a club that we are. We still should beat teams like Olympiacos, and the squad depth just wasn't there. That needs to improve. We need to buy better players. It's that simple. The money the club generates, we've got to buy better players. You can't be rocking up with Callum Chambers. Full time is 5-0. Liverpool have won with Klopp's final game as well. That's full time now. And with not long to go in the Man City game, there's going to be a humongous cheer from the City fans. Someone on Twitter said, "Oh no, I wouldn't." Emi Buendia. I think it's harsh to say you wouldn't have Buendia, to be honest. We've not even seen Buendia kick a ball this season, and I do like watching Buendia play anyway. Absolutely embarrassing. Even though we did get Champions League, it's awful. We need transfer window to open. Exactly. We need the window to open. The City fans are already trying to enter the pitch. It's not even full time yet. Chelsea have beaten Bournemouth by 2-1. In fact, all the games are full time, I think now, bar the Arsenal one and the City one. I believe every game is full time. Yeah, some of the players are getting annoyed at the supporters for being onto the pitch. Yeah. Diaz and Kovacic were complaining at their own supporters for entering the pitch there. Can they not wait just a couple of minutes? It's 4 titles in a row, man. I'm sure they can wait. That is full time. Man City are Premier League champions. They just keep doing it. They keep doing it over and over again. There is a pitch invasion at the Etihad as the players storm. Not the players, the fans storm the pitch. The players are just trying to get down the tunnel now, I think. But City are Premier League champions. Arsenal have done everything. Arsenal won today, but it wasn't enough. And City, I wanted a fairy tale story today, but it is boring. It is 4 in a row. There's no Arsenal trophy for the second year in a row. Yeah. And I appreciate all you guys for being here. At some point this week, I will announce when. I'm going to do like a Villa season review. I might make it a video, I might make it a live stream. It could be both, to be honest. But this week I am going to do a reflection video on the season, as well as just players I want to let go of, really, and where I'd go on from there. Villa, a very successful season. We have finished top 4. Couldn't crack 70 points, which is unfortunate. But we have finished in the Champions League places, as we all knew that would happen today. City win the league. Arsenal finish second. And Man United finish outside of Europe, unless they beat City in the cup final. The last game I will stream of the season will be the Conference League final between Olympiacos and Fiorentina. I will be live for that. Other than that, I think that will be it. Signing off for the season. I appreciate all your support. It's been amazing. Lots of record-breaking stuff, not only with Villa, but at this channel as well. You guys have all been amazing. If you haven't already, please double tap the screen on the TikTok. Subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys... Well, I think the next time now is either the Villa video / live stream and the Conference League final. And that is it. Thank you all for watching. See you again